Hi, today we're going to be going over some problems that are typical and very common in an in-the-ear hearing aid, which is the ITE style. One of the problems that that gets reported to me frequently, especially with new hearing aid wearers, is that the hearing aid all of a sudden might seem to go dead, or they can't hear from it, or it's just not quite right. And there's a couple things you can do before calling in at home to make sure that your hearing aid actually is having a problem, or if it's just something that's a setting on your hearing aid. One of the first things that you check to see if all of a sudden your hearing aid seems to go dead, one of the first culprits and from my experience, is the volume dial. See, it's this dial right here. Do you see it? And if the volume dial is always all the way to one direction or another, the hearing aid sometimes can just go silent. So what I want you to do is you take your finger and you go all the way to one end and then do a half twist. And then give it a few seconds, and then your hearing aid should fire right back up. Another thing would be, of course, change the battery and see if that works. Make sure that the battery is in good working order. And the last thing that you can check at home, which is very easy to do, this is a Microtech hearing aid, okay, or Starkey, same thing. And you might want to check the receiver, which is right here. Is the part that goes in actually in the canal, okay? So if the hearing aid goes in like this is the part that goes actually in the physical ear. One of the things, the Microtech hearing aid has something that's called Hear Clear. See, that's what it looks like, okay? And inside the box, it'll look like this. Whoops, there it is, okay? And if you open this, see, you will see these two sticks. Okay, and if you take the stick out, okay, you'll notice first thing that one side is blue and one side is white. The white one is the new receiver Hear Clear, which is the new receiver tip. And if the inside of your receiver is, or the part that goes in the canal, if it's brown or yellow, it means it's probably clogged with wax. So what I want you to do is you need to change that little receiver tip. Now, what you do is you take the blue end and you insert it into the hearing aid tip, just like that, into the white part, okay? And you press very firmly, okay? Don't be afraid to press kind of hard. And then you pull straight out. Don't pull to the side, but pull straight out. Then turn over the hearing aid, the Hear Clear, and here it is right here. You push that in there. Whoops, I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. And it should go right in. See, now there's a brand new tip. Now, and then you just throw this away. That's for the Microtech hearing aids. Other brands have other type of wax prevention problems, and I'll go over those in other videos. But for the Microtech hearing aid, that's how you change that tip. You can also take something and brush it a little bit, but be careful with that because you don't want the little white tip to fall out. Oh, and one last thing. If you have trouble getting that little white tip out, use your fingernail and you can just flick it right out. So you shouldn't have too much of a problem with that. Don't use anything that's hard or pokey in there because you'll actually end up damaging this and then you'll never get that tip in there. So hopefully that's resolved all of your problems and your hearing aid is working perfectly. So go ahead and try those simple tips and hopefully that should fix the problem. Anyway, this is Ellen for Ellen Knows, and now you know. Have a good day.